All rise for our national anthem. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 6 of the East to West Apparel Company Arca Series. Brand new Arca cars. These things look amazing. Can't wait to see how they handle the draft. I'm expecting tonight to be pretty exciting. We've got 30 cars here tonight registered for this event. Daytona, big track. It's going to be pretty exciting. I expect to see a lot of these guys maybe playing it smart, staying in the back until 15, 20 to go, and then pour the coals tour, as it were. We'll see what's going to happen. We only got 17 seconds left before we go to qualifying. So grab yourself an ice-cold, refreshing drink, maybe some chips from the kitchen, and get ready for Arca Racing, our Rusty Misfits Racing League style. Brand new cars tonight. Tomorrow night, brand new series starting up. We got the FALCONGRAFIX Pavement Mini Stocks, and then we have the Strange Brew Racing Legends cars. Wednesday night is open and currently at the moment. Thursday nights, we're going to be running at Dirt Cars, Dirt Mini Stocks, and Dirt Cars UMP Modifieds. Those are kicking off their season on Thursday night. So we got 3 nights of racing action right for you here from Rusty Misfits Racing League. Let's see who's going to be the first to tackle this 2.5 mile track here at Daytona. See if they can't send a quick time. We got the number 81 of Matthew Chandler out on the track. Matthew Chandler is racing for FALCONGRAFIX Racing tonight. New team for him. We're excited to see how Matthew can do. I know some of these guys were talking about how they're not real great at qualifying, so they might just start in the back and play it safe for the early stages. I've also seen guys at this track where they'll lay down a blistering qualifying run, and then as soon as they hit that back straightaway on lap number 1, pull the chute and fall all the way to the back. Just got to do it safely. Oh, we better bring up that map so we can see where Mr. Chandler is on the track here. Middle of the back straightaway on his first lap. So we haven't held any official races in these yet. I do know that they look like they should draft a lot better and push a lot better. Everything lines up a lot more than the old style Arca cars where you could scoop up the guy in front of you pretty easily with the way that nose was pointed downward. So look for some exciting bump drafting here. As long as you're not that third place guy in line, you don't want to be bump drafting then. Alright, Matthew Chandler's first lap. I'm going to post him up P2. The 19 of Dunford shoots up to the top. Kenny Troughton's going to take second place currently. Ray Andrews in fifth. Hunter Wellman, our dirt mini stock champion, trying out something new. Currently running in seventh. Justin Wahlberg in eighth. First five guys are within thousandths of a second. Later in the field, they must have had some problems with their up to speed lap. Chandler jumps up to fourth. With a 51.09, Hunter Willman edges him out with a 51.08. Very close times. Matt Moreau in that unsponsored number 38. His rap guys didn't get it done in time. He told them if they didn't have it done, they would be a fine in their fee. So we'll see what happens there. So currently tonight, he's just driving that plain red, black, and white. Number 38, SS Chevrolet. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight on our opening night here with the East to West Coast Apparel Company. Allison, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. If you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, please give a like or a follow or a subscribe. On YouTube, if you do want to chat with us during the race, you do have to subscribe. It helps keep the bots out. But anywhere else, you're more than welcome to shoot up a chat and tell us who you're cheering for tonight, and we can check in on your favorite driver throughout the race. Matt Moreau jumps up to 11th on the speed chart. Very close times now. 0.08 of a second between first and 13th. Let's see if we got anybody else setting down any times. No, and that's going to do it. Looks like our drivers are getting ready to grid up for our inaugural race of the season. Let's go over our starting grid. Trying to get a good picture of our cars here. Doesn't look like anybody's actually out on the track quite yet. But starting on that front row, Joshua Reese in that number 1. Jacob Salza, another FALCONGRAFIX Racing team member. On the outside of him, Roy Hyde starting off in row number 2, position number 3. Anthony Hamilton, newcomer to the Rusty Mitzvahs Racing Series. Row number 3, we got Brandon Dunford and Forrest Hamilton Jr. Row number 4, we got Hunter Wellman and Matthew Chandler in that number 81 machine. Row number 5, Joshua Fox and Kyle Lingerfelt. Row number 6, we got Matt Moreau and Justin Walbring. Row number 7, we got Kenny Troughton and Ray Andrews. Ray Andrews sporting a brand new wrap for tonight. Check that bad boy out. That thing looks sick. I love that car. All right. In row number 8, Aiden Giordano and Kyle Thayer. Row number 9, Derek Regal and Aaron Murphy. In row number 10, we got Jesse Adams and Lee Krause in that number 99 Full Moon Machine. In row number 11, we got James Pileski and Jeremy Lepenis in that number 33 machine. Starting off in a P23, we got Bad Brad Steffen. Alongside of him in that number 72 machine, we got Alan Wernicke. Michael Steele's going to be rolling off the grid in 25th with teammate Travis Lepenis right beside him. Dylan Dunford. Oh, hold on. I skipped some. Dean Qualley is actually going to be our race control for tonight. And then Dylan Dunford in that number 94 machine. Komatsu Tennessee Auto Salvage machine is going to be riding shotgun tonight. We also have Farron Elam Jr. It looks like he did make the grid in that number 88 machine. And then, last but not least, holy cow, look at that machine, Mr. Logan Tackett. Jaybird Construction, Michael Steele Graphics. All right, back up to the front. We're getting ready to turn these bad boys loose. Joshua Reese in the Reese's car. Love it. All right, coming out of turn number 4, we're going to turn these boys loose. Pace car is going to dip down. Wait till we get in that Geico restart zone, and our flagman is going to turn these boys loose. All starts and restarts are on the green flag here in the Rusty Misfits Racing League. And we are off. 65 laps at Daytona. Season 6 underway for the East to West Coast Apparel Arca Series. Reese jumping out to a good lead on that bottom line. Jacob Selza on that high side, looking to get a push from the 23 machine. Do you believe that's Anthony Hamilton trying to learn these numbers yet? Especially when they don't match what the leaderboard says. Side by side, coming to the stripe for lap number 1. Lap number 1 is going to be led by FALCONGRAFIX Racing, Jacob Salza. That 27 machine looked like it had a little bit of a wiggle going on. These guys are digging. One of our series regulars that is not with us tonight is the driver of that number 7 car, Mr. Daniel Park. We'll give you a little more information here on that coming up soon. Currently, that 25 machine, Jacob Salza, back up front. We got single file for the first couple rows now. It looks like everybody's just kind of settling in for the long haul, which is hard to do at Daytona. It's like a giant chess match. I would expect to see these drivers pit around lap 20 to maybe 25. Green flag pit stops are always tricky at a track where you're going this fast. Oh, we got a car up into the wall. I do believe that is the 86 of Derek Regal. Not sure if that was just from him blinking or if he actually got up into the wall. Inside line, staying together pretty good. Oh, Justin Walbring up into the wall. Chain reaction there. Everybody right behind him. Saw that 25 get up into the wall. Hardest part here, let's jump on board real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. When you're drafting with the guy in front of you, if you suck up to the back bumper of that guy in front of you, all you see is his back bumper. So if you follow him and he hits the wall, you're hitting the wall too. So you do have to be a little careful. All right, we are coming to lap number 7. Lap number 7, we are going to take in silence in honor of Dan Park's grandmother who has passed away. Her funeral was today, so our thoughts and prayers are with the Park family in their day of sorrow, and we will be silent for the next lap. Thank you, everybody, for that moment of silence. In the rear quarter panel of that number 11 car and also the number 1 car, you can see in loving memory of Judy. That is Dan Park's grandmother who has passed away. They're going to be sporting that logo in memory of her all season long. One thing about the racing family is you might not be blood, but you're still family. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Dan Park. Known him for several years now, a good close friend of mine, and our thoughts and prayers are with you, bud. Now back to that racing action. We got Chandler making some pretty aggressive moves right there behind Joshua Fox, looking to get down to that bottom line. We'll jump these cameras back out so we can get a little better view of what's going on. These cars are single file back here around position number 10. Jacob Salzia has led every lap so far. We got Joshua Reese in P number 2 running in 3rd place. We got Roy Hyde. Brandon Dunford in that number 19 machine running in 4th. Hunter Wellman in his Arca Series debut currently running in 5th. Good job, buddy. Running in 6th. We got that 65 machine of Mr. Kyle Lingerfeld. Running in 7th, we got Aiden Giordano. In 8th place, we got Forrest Hamilton Jr., followed by Joshua Fox. Matthew Chandler rounding out our top 10. In 11th, we have Anthony Hamilton. Anthony started on that outside front row. He has fallen back now a little bit. Matt Moreau currently in 12th in that number 38 machine. Aaron Murphy having a decent run in that number 18 machine. First time racing with us here. Justin Walbring is in 14th. Lee Krause leading that second pack now is currently 15th. Kyle Thayer in 16th. Whoa, Joshua Reese. Blinking out. That's what's happening. Okay. Travis Lepanis. Kyle Thayer having a good run in that number 12 Little Debbie's machine. 26 of Sean Patrick, our series sponsor. Beautiful looking car painted up by Michael Steele Graphics. Once again, if you're looking for a car, don't hesitate to hit up Michael Steele. Pretty fast turnaround. He makes some amazing paints. The 26, the 33, the 16, all painted by Michael Steele. The 94, he probably did a quarter of the field here tonight. Jeremy Lepanis, currently running in 17th. Ray Andrews in that number 13. Wild paint job on his car. I'm loving that thing. Kenny Trouton is falling back a ways. There's that number 94 of Dylan Dunford I was talking about, getting a good run on the high side in that Komatsu Toyota, I do believe. Yes, sir, Toyota. Farron Elam Jr. in that number 88 Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats car. Logan Tackett currently running 24th, but he is up 7 positions from where he started here tonight. Jesse Adams, number 55 machine. 93 of James Pileski. Down 5 positions from where he started. Got his teammate Brad Steffen right behind him, along with Mr. Michael Steele himself in that number 5 machine. And that looks like that is going to do it for our quick rundown of the field. We'll jump back up front here. Oh, we got some more drone cams. Let's take a look. Whoa, that's not a good camera. Oh, pardon me, folks. We are 14 laps in to our 65-lap race here tonight. These guys have showed quite a bit of patience so far. We're going to keep that streak going. Pronounced Zala? Is that right, Jay? Zala? It's good to know. He's on my team, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. Thank you very much for the info, sir. We have 2 number 25 cars here tonight. Kenny Trouton and Jacob Zala. Jacob has led every lap so far this race. One of his first races here in the Arca series. I do believe he's hit a couple races with us here every once in a while, but looks to be running a first full-time season with us. Making a good showing right off the gate. Had a great qualifying run. Took the lead on lap 1 and hasn't looked back yet. That front group now is getting bunched back up again. Lee Krause in that 99 has brought that outside row back up to the front to challenge these guys. It wasn't 4 laps ago. There was a huge gap between the first group of cars and the second group of cars. And here comes that 99. Lee Krause challenging for the lead through the tri-oval. He might have gotten scored with it that time. Gets a good run. Looks like he's going to stay on that high side with the guys that brought him. 16 laps to go. I can see these guys starting to maybe jockey for position to get ready to do their green flag pit stops. Look to see those happening anywhere within the next 5 to 10 laps. Boy, these guys marched to the front. Now they're all broke up as far as drafting. Kenny Troughton making his way up. Logan Tech in that 6 car, one of our biggest movers, up 24 positions from where he started, along with Travis Lepenis, who is now in 2nd place, with Lee Kraus leading the charge from that 2nd group on that high line. He had that Chevy hooked up and moving. Oh, we got a car dipping down below that yellow line. You got to be careful. That isn't no passing zone here on super speedways. You can get penalized if you get caught passing below the yellow line. That inside line now is all a single file with only a couple cars on that high side. They're kind of strung out and don't have the help they need to get that outside momentum moving. Ooh, the 26 and the 25 touch there as they go through the tri-oval. Kenny Troughton at 25 is trying to do some side drafting, get that machine moving forward. Having mediocre luck at best. You can see him sucked down next to the cars on that inside line, going down the back straightaway, trying to get some side draft. We got cars coming to the pits. Lee Kraus is coming, leading a gaggle of cars. Got to get those cars down to pit road speed, which I do believe is 60 miles an hour. Oh, contact is made. 16 overshoots his pit slightly. Lee Kraus is done servicing his number 99 machine, is back out. Along with Kenny Troughton at 25. Kenny's going to beat him off pit road just slightly. That's going to hand over the lead to our dirt cars mini stocks champion, Hunter Wellman. And now we have the next group of cars coming into the pits. We'll see if they can do any better. Ooh, the 18 gets sideways, locked them up. They are off the racing surface, so no caution. Hunter looks like he hit his marks well. The 81 of Matthew Chandler right behind him hit his marks. No tires for the 64. That's brave. Matthew Chandler took at least right side tires. The lead now passes to Roy Hyde in that 00 machine. I'm going to get a little better look at that machine here. He comes down to pit road. Oh, I like the paint on that one. Slightly dangerous rescue here. Okay. That is a cool paint scheme. Now taking over the lead, though, we have that number 65 of Kyle Lingerfeld. Pink Whitney, pink lemonade drink on the side of there. Voodoo Graphics. That car stands out. I love the pink chrome. I don't know if that's chrome or more of a matte finish, but either way, good looking car for Lingerfeld. And here comes Lingerfeld and the 21 of Aiden Giordano, along with Hamilton Fox, dive bombing it in there. Let's ride on board with that number 11 machine. See if he takes tires. Looks like a fuel-only stop for that number 11 machine of Joshua Fox. Here comes Kenny Troughton to take over the lead. Followed by that 99 machine of Lee Krause. Those were the first cars to go in and pit. As we cycled through our first round of green flag pit stops. Caution free. Great job, drivers. We have a huge gap now between Lee Krause and that number 1 machine of Reese. 2.5 seconds. Once those guys start to get joined back up, though, they'll catch up pretty quick. And it looks like we got Hyde, Dunford, Reese, Wellman, Giordano, and maybe even Zala all stacked up together in that next group. They're going to pick up Dunford here. You can see that 72 giving Zala a bump going through the corners. With these cars, it looks like they're a lot more stable than our older ones. I don't know if I'd be too anxious to give a bump in the corner, but these guys are going to be making bank coming at those leaders. Even though they're too wide, they have 10 cars, which are going to be much faster than our leaders currently. Yeah, last time by, third place was a whole second faster. Last lap by, the lead group was almost identical with the second group. I'm actually kind of shocked by that. Once again, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight for our first race of the season here with East to West Coast Apparel Company. Arca Series powered by the Rusty Misfits Racing League. We are 26 laps into our main event. Our only event tonight. And these guys are hooked up and moving. We've had one round of green flag pit stops. No cautions as of yet, knock on wood. We don't want to jinx these drivers. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I do know last season was one of the best seasons we've had in our ARCA division with the least amount of cautions and the most amount of green flag laps. Excuse me. A little tickle in the throat tonight. If anyone did try to watch last week's season finale, I am sorry about that. We were having technical difficulties. I never did figure out what caused the issue, but we are running awesome tonight. Everything is looking good. Looks like like the second group is starting to get single file. Starting to reel in that front group. The first group of cars pit on lap 19. They're going to want to stretch this next run out just a little bit more. Otherwise, they won't have enough fuel to make it to the end. They're going to have to try to get to at least lap 45. I don't know if they're going to have enough fuel to make it that far. This might end up being 2 more stops yet for this evening. So if anybody sees Alan Wernicke, make sure you tell him his roof number is upside down. We don't do it that way for pavement races. That's how you do it for dirt cars, sir. Kenny Troughton up front, continuing to lead. That number 99 of Lee Krause. These boys are just staying in line and letting her buck. And now that second group has cut the lead down to just barely 2 seconds. You can see how close they are now. You can see them. Thanks everybody for tuning in once again. If you are looking for a place to race, check out Rusty Misfits Racing League. We can get you the Discord information, and also we have a group on Facebook. So if you're looking to join, looking to have some fun with some good friends, check us out and get a hold of myself or Dean Qualley, and we can get you all the information you need to join one of our 5 series we have running. Monday nights we have the East to West Coast Apparel Company Arca series. On Tuesday nights we got 2 different cars running. We got the FALCONGRAFIX Pavement Mini Stocks along with the Strange Brew Legends series on asphalt. Thursday nights we got the Dirt Car series running Mini Stocks and UMP Modifieds. So if you're looking for some dirt car action, check us out on Thursday nights. We'll be broadcasted right here on All the Dirt. Tomorrow night I'll be racing in the Pavement series for the Mini Stocks, and then I'll be broadcasting the Legend series. So those will be live right here as well on All the Dirt. Here comes that high line now. James Polsky looking to make a move. He's got teammate Brad Steffen pushing him pretty good, along with the 25 of Zala. Starting to catch some lap traffic. Looks like these guys must have lost their drafting partners early on. We got Ray Andrews, and I do believe that is Justin Walbring here. They're going to stay high and try to stay out of the way as they go a lap down, although that did leave the 25 high and dry on that high side. Now here comes the other 25 of Kenny Troughton, looking to make a move. Alan Wernicke, teammate of the 99. He's going to come up and join these boys on that high line. Ooh, that 99 got way up high. Kenny Troughton's going to dive down low, bail on that high side. He wants that lead back. I'm pretty sure a 25 car has led 90% of the laps so far here tonight. We do have 2 different 25 cars on the track, Troughton and Zala. Kenny Troughton currently leading and has since the pit stops. Zala led all the laps up to the pit stops. We're going to do a quick rundown of our top 10 as they sit right now. We got Kenny Troughton in first, James Pileski in second, Brad Steffen in second, in third, Lee Krause in fourth, Hunter Wellman, our Dirt Mini Stock Series champion, currently running in fourth. Lee Krause now in fifth, Travis Lapenas in sixth, Alan Wernicke in 7th. Michael Steele in 8th. Jacob Zala in 9th. Roy Hyde in 10th. Yellow flag is on the track. We got Matt Moreau. Looks like he might be involved. Oh, what's going on here? Let's see if we can't find Mr. Matt Moreau. Ooh. All right, we're going to be riding on board with that number 38 machine here. Oh, looks like an off-center push. Oh. Catches Kyle Thayer and completely obliterates that number 12 car. First caution of the night on lap 35. I don't think they have enough fuel to go to the end, but I'd be almost willing to bet that a lot of our drivers are going to pit. Let's see what happens as these guys come out of turn number 4. Currently sitting in our lucky dog spot is that number 27 machine of Justin Walbring. Everybody's coming to pit road except Hunter Wellman. Hunter did not take tires in our first green flag stops, and he has opted to stay out. Justin Walbring will stay out to get that lucky dog pass. Ray Andrews hoping to get a wave around if Wellman pits next lap. But we'll be interested to see how this is going to play out for Hunter. Old tires. I can almost guarantee that everybody else is probably taking a set of tires now, especially under yellow flag conditions where they don't have to worry about going a lap down. So once again, if you are looking for a wrap, let's give a quick shout out to a couple guys out here that I know do some amazing work. Kenny Trouton, Trouton Designs, or Designs by Trouton. This is his company and his car. He does some pretty amazing work. Michael Steele Graphics did up this car for Jeremy Lepanis, JTD Motorsports. Autism awareness on that car for Jeremy. Teammate Travis, another car done by Michael Steele Graphics. Sean Patrick, another car done by Michael Steele. I do believe this one was also done by Michael Steele. I love those color schemes together. The orange and blue look amazing. Josh Fox does all the rides for his team. Love those cars. We got Farron Elam Jr. I'm not quite sure who painted Farron's car, but he always has some good looking rides. Logan Tackett. He is a team member and partner with Michael Steele over there. He has painted his own rides. All right, back up front. See if the lights are off on that pace car. And they are, so we should be getting ready to go back. Green flag racing action. Front row is going to be Wellman and Wernicke. Trouton and Polsky on row number 2. Stefan and Kraus, row number 3. Lepanis, Hyde, Lepanis, Patrick, rounding out our top 10. Alan Wernicke in that 72 machine, up 23 spots from where he started this evening. Now, we do have to be careful. There is an old adage in racing, cautions breed cautions. All these cars are getting bunched up and back together, especially with laps winding down. We're going to be 23 laps. No, 25, 26, 27 laps to go, and we go green flag racing. If you like All the Dirt stream, please like, share, send it out to your friends. It means a lot to these guys that they have family cheering them on. It gives a nice little added thing for them, and for me, I enjoy doing it. So let's give these guys a big warm welcome for putting on a great show here tonight in our season opener. Hunter Wellman, Alan Wernicke, our front row, gonna go green, coming out of turn number 4. Pace car has dipped off. Green flag is what sets the field. That looks like that might have been a little bit of a jump by the 64. That could be under review by race control. But we'll see how this plays out. The 93 now drops to the bottom to get a good run on the 72. 72 stays high to pick up his teammate, Lee Kraus. That 93 is going to power by the 64. 64 kind of in a bad spot when you get that much of a lead. Those boys are going to tend to eat you up like that. Wernicke on the outside of the 93. He's in a good situation. He's got a teammate right on his back bumper, where the 93's teammate is a couple cars back. He does have Hunter Wellman in between them. The 00 of Hyde slides down to the bottom, shuts the door. Ooh, we got that 64 getting a little squirrely. Takes kind of a hard shot from the 89. Everybody keeps him moving in the same direction. Nice bit of driving by everybody involved to keep those cars pointed in the right direction. Here comes the 89 now. He's going to move up to the high side. Those older tires could start playing a big factor for that 64 car. He has not taken tires all night long, and they're not a huge deal at Daytona, but you get 40 laps on those tires, they're going to start to get a little greasy. Ooh, the 25 of Troughton up into the wall. The 93 and the 89 not hooking up quite right. 93 got a little loose. .25 laps to go. Teammates up front, teammates on the high line. Where did the FALCONGRAFIX cars go? Oh, pardon me. Ooh, Jacob got shuffled all the way back to 16th. Matthew Chandler back to 22nd. Looks like he's trying to make up some ground on that high side to catch up with his teammate. We have a lead change. The 93 with teammate Brad Steffen have taken over the top two spots. Sean Patrick in that 26 machine. Having a really good run. Ooh, we're going to be 3 wide going down the back straightaway. 26 of Sean Patrick getting hung out to dry. Now he's trying to fall in line between Kenny Trouton and Farron Elam Jr. Farron's going to fall to the bottom side, get behind that number 1 of Reese. Oh! Caution is out. Let's get back to Farron Elam. That is where this one started. All right, we're going to be right behind that number 88 machine. That's where this one is all going to get started. See, the 88 got off the throttle. You saw the backfire come out. The 18 comes down a little bit. Wasn't cleared. Oh, that's going to collect the 25 of Zala. The 94, the 81, the 6, the 16, the 19. Ooh, Michael Steele might have got a little bit of damage. Justin Walbring. Definitely the big one. Not what we wanted to see here, folks. But it's Daytona. That's bound to happen. All right, so we did just pit 10 laps ago. Will these drivers come in and top off to make sure they have enough fuel to go the last 20 laps? And it looks like all drivers are coming down pit road. Kind of expecting this just to be a gas and go. Ooh, Lee Krause in that 99 overshoots his pit, has to back up. James Polsky is going to lead us back out with teammate Brad Steffen. They're going to be starting 1-2. We are going to be less than 20 to go when we go back green flag racing. Teammates going to start side by side on that front row. We could see the 93 maybe hold back, allow that 89 to get a good run and slide down in front of them. Once again, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in and joining us here tonight for our season opener for our East to West Coast Apparel Company Arca Series, powered by the Rusty Misfits Racing League. This whole week is season openers. Tomorrow night we will have the FALCONGRAFIX Pavement Mini Stocks, followed by the Strange Brew Racing Legends cars. The Legends cars, I'm looking forward to watching those guys this season. We are going to throw a road course in there this season, which is going to be a little different for us. And then Wednesday nights, we are off. Back Thursday nights for the Dirt Car Series. The Dirt Cars Mini Stocks and Dirt Cars UMP Modifieds. So if you are looking for a place to race, don't hesitate to get a hold of myself or Dean Qualley. We can get you a link to the Discord and to our Facebook group where we keep everything up to date. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go green flag coming out of turn number 4. Looks like we do have several cars still in the pits trying to repair some of that damage. Heavy damage to several cars. Unfortunately, it does look like the FALCONGRAFIX race team, all of the cars got involved in that one, so they are all on pit road. Alright, lights are off on the pace car. Get ready to go green flag racing. Teammates on the front row. Teammates in row number 2. Green flag is in the air. Sailing down off into turn number 1. Alan Wernicke is pushing that 93 machine. Now the 93 slides up in front of teammate Brad Steffen. Unfortunately for Lee Krause, he wasn't able to get down behind his teammate. The 00 of Hyde sliding up in there to help that 72 machine take over the lead as we come out of turn number 4, headed to the tri-oval. Alan Wernicke in the 72 machine is going to lead that time by. Now he moves up to that high side in front of the 93 of Polsky and Steffen. Now back down to the bottom. He's zigging and zagging all over the place, trying to keep these cars behind him. He got a little too far out ahead of that 00 machine. Here comes the 93 and the 89 on that high side. You can see how close these guys are to each other. They were pushing all the way down the back straightaway. Even pushing a little bit in the corner for that high line. It's doable, but you do have to be careful to make sure you are straight on. You can see there, Brad Steffen is pushing the heck out of that 93 machine. They're going to take over the lead and drop down to the bottom now. Here comes Wernicke getting a good round down the back straightaway. Steffen all over the back bumper. He's glued to that thing as they head down the back straightaway. The 94 of Dunford in that high line. Looks like he has some right front damage. Trying to stay on that high side, but it doesn't look like he's able to break the air very well. Alan Wernicke, Roy Hyde, Lee Krause If Lee can get a run and get to the back bumper of that 72, watch for him to move up to that high sign and join his teammates. Yeah, Tom, they're hooked up pretty good up front. We've only had a couple cautions tonight. These guys have been putting on a battle all over the track. One round of green flag pit stops. Here comes Lee Krause in that number 99 machine. I'm actually really shocked the 72 of Alan Wernicke didn't jump up in front of him. Maybe this is the plan. 99's coming down to the bottom. We're going to be 14 laps to go when we cross the stripe. It's getting close to go time for a lot of these guys, especially if you're back 10th, 11th spot. It's going to take a little bit of maneuvering to work your way to that front. Sean Patrick all over the back of that 33 of Jeremy Lapenas. Oop, gets a little out of shape, goes high. Roy Hyde having a solid run in that 00 machine, picking up where he left off last season. Probably one of the most consistent drivers we had last season, always in the top 10. It looks like we do have about 7 cars out of this race here tonight from the big one that we had 10 laps ago. Polsky and Stefan not looking back. Don't even seem to be concerned, just doing their own thing. Not even worried about Lee Krause or Alan Wernicke. That outside line starting to gather a little more momentum. Trying to side draft from that inside line. Surge of power for the 33 and the 26. They're going to get all the way up to the 89, second place. Huge surge on that outside line. They're going to make a bid for the lead as they come through the tri-oval. Jeremy Lapenas is going to lead by a nose on that one. "12 laps to go, folks." Oh, not enough room, Sean. Oh. No caution. There's the caution. Let's see if we can't go back and see what happened here. We know that it started with Sean Patrick. We're going to back that up a little bit and see what happened here. Oh my! Hunter Willman. Alright, we're going to change views here. Rear chase. So, the 33 of Jeremy Lapenas is going to move down to the bottom. And the 26 of Sean Patrick looks like he might have hesitated just a little bit. And he doesn't clear him. And then he tries to go back up high. And there wasn't room. Like, if he had dived here, he had room. But he waited just a little bit too long. And then they just, ran out of space. Oh, Hunter Willman. Hunter Willman along for the ride on that one. Back bumper's gone. The front bumper's gone. Oh, unfortunately for the 26 machine. He had such a strong run going. Whoa. I'm not sure what happened back there. Michael Steele's Crossway is in the track under caution. 10 laps to go. We do have 3 chances at a green-white checkered. Hopefully we don't need those. This is our 3rd caution of the evening here at Daytona Superspeedway. These guys have been putting on an amazing race so far. 3 cautions is not bad for Daytona. With as close as these gentlemen have been running and navigating green flag pit stops, they've been doing a great job. Sounds like a couple of the guys might be clutching it a little bit, trying to save every little bit of fuel that they can, just in case they do have a green-white checkered scenario. All right, chat. Let's take a poll real quick. Who do you think is going to come out ahead? So Pileski and Stefan have been pretty solid the last 15-20 laps, but Wernicke, Cruz, Kenny Troughton, those guys have all been strong all night. They haven't had any damage, so to speak, of done to their vehicles. So who do you think is going to bring home the trophy here tonight in our season opener? I think we know who Tom's cheering for. Hey, Dan. How you doing tonight, bud? Thinking about you all day today, buddy. I'm sure we know who Dan Park is pulling for. He's going to be pulling for his teammates. We got the number 11 and the number 1, I do believe, are Dan's teammates. Lights are off on the pace car. Oh, look like Farron might have went a lap down. Might not have got out of the pits in time. He is 2 laps down already. No problem, bud. Look forward to seeing you back out on the track and kicking some butt, buddy. When you get a minute, shoot me a message. I have an idea I want to throw at you. Alright, we're going to go green coming out of turn number 4. The number 93 of James Polsky is going to lead us to the green flag along with teammate Brad Steffen. Coming out of turn number 4, we're going to go green. Hopefully we can knock out these last 8 laps and put on a heck of a show that I know these guys are capable of. Green flag is in the air. Brad's going to drop down behind his teammate. Here comes that 25 car of Kenny Troughton. Kenny's going to power his way up to 3rd, and he's bringing that 18 of... Who is that 18 machine? I should know it. Aaron Murphy. First time in an Arca race with us. He's bringing him all the way up. Oh, here we go now. The 18, the 16, and the 33. The Lepenas brothers are going to be able to get tagged up on that high line. along with Kenny Troughton. 7 laps to go. Looks like we still got 20 cars on the lead laps. Here's a name we haven't talked about much tonight, that number 11 of Joshua Land Fox. He is currently riding in 10th with teammate Joshua Reese right behind him. Kenny Troughton trying to drag that high line. We're going to have 5 laps to go as we come to the stripe. Kenny has got Travis and Jeremy right behind him with other teammates Alan Wernicke and Lee Kraus. That Highline's getting some momentum. They're going to be side by side as they cross the stripe. Troughton on the high line, Pileski on the bottom. I got Priest. Yeah, dude, you did. That was a heck of a ride you went for. Here comes Kenny Troughton taking over the lead down the back straightaway. Travis Lepetis in the 16th, giving him a little bit of a bump. Troughton's going to drop to the bottom, fall in line in front of that 93 machine. Jacob Zala headed back to the pits there. Must be trying to get a little more damage done and stay out of the way of the leaders. The 93 is all over the back bumper of Kenny Troughton. Pushing him every which way but loose. That's an old reference for some of you if you get it. Here comes the 16 and 33 on that high side. Travis has got a full car length. Now the 25 is coming back on the inside. Might have gotten a little bit too much of a lead in front of his teammate. Oh, cars are getting a little squirrely. Oh, we got one up into the wall. No caution as of yet. There it is. Back that up just a little bit. Looks like that was going to involve Aaron Murphy. Not sure if there was extenuating circumstances in there. Get a little different view on that one. Looks like that inside row kind of got stacked up. The 00 of Hyde. Oh, just a not squared up push. Turns the 18 into the number 1 of Reese. Gonna collect the 21, come back down into the 00. Hook the 19, the 65. Ray Andrews got a piece of that one, losing his front bumper cover. Oof. All right, this is going to be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. white checkered, are there going to be any takers for a pit stop? Will these guys have enough fuel to make it to the end? Got some heavy damage done to the 21. The 18. Oh, pardon me, folks. Nobody is going down pit road that doesn't have damage. Alright, well, we're under caution, and this thing is getting ready to get wrapped up. Our opening night of the East to West Apparel Company Arca series, powered by the Rusty Misfits Racing League. Don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night on the Rusty Misfits Racing League for the FALCONGRAFIX Pavement Mini Stocks. And then that'll be followed up right here on All the Dirt with the Strange Brew Racing Legends cars. Wednesday night we are off, then we're back Thursday night for some Dirt Cars action. We have the Dirt Cars Mini Stocks at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Dirt Cars UMP Modifieds at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're looking for some good dirt car racing action, come check us out on Thursday nights right here on All the Dirt. Oh, Dan, I don't know if you did see it. I did send you a invite to the Thursday night UMP Modified series if you ever want to come join us. You see these guys running down on the flat part of the apron. It is a little bit shorter way around the track, so they are trying to save fuel down there. Every little bit is going to help if they are right on the edge of making this green-white checkered run. If we do have a second and a third one of these, we could see drivers come in and take fuel. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going green next time by. So with a green-white checkered situation, if the leader takes the white flag, the next flag will be the end of that race, whether it's the caution flag or the checkered flag. If a caution flag comes out before the leader takes the white flag, then we will have our next attempt at a green-white checkered. We are going to have teammates, looks like, on the bottom row of the 16 and the 33. We got Kenny Trout and the young gun, lone gun on that high side, right in front of the 93 of James Pileski. Let's see, where is, and he has got his teammate right behind him. And then down on the bottom, we have teammates Alan Wernicke and Lee Krause. So we do have some teammates already all lined up with each other. Could be interesting. The big question mark on this one is going to be whether or not that 25 goes his own way or tries to team up with one of these three teams. Alright, coming out of turn number 4. We're going to watch that pace car dip off and watch these guys enter that Geico restart zone. Green flag's in the air. 3 wide as they exit turn number 2. Oh, getting a little squirrely there. Unfortunately, Kenny Trout has gotten shuffled back. No partners to help him. So right now we have the 93 and 89 teammates together. Oh! Saw some sparks flying between the 16 and the 89. Oh, and here comes that number 1 of Joshua Reese. They have taken the white flag. Next one is going to end this one. Oh, we got crashing going on in the back. Joshua Reese and Josh Fox have taken over the lead. Coming into turn number 3. And then we have the 2 Hamiltons. Coming out of turn number 4, the 93 of Pileski is still there with teammate Brad Steffen. Oh, big crash entering the tri-oval. Joshua Fox is going to bring home the victory. Followed by James Pileski and Travis Lapenas. Top 3, what a finish. Wow. Teammates Fox and Reese come through the field within the last 5 laps to steal the victory. I do believe the only lap that Josh led all race was that last lap. What an amazing finish. Brad Steffen's going to bring home that 89 machine in 4th. Hamilton in 5th. Reese, after crashing, will bring home his number 1 machine in 6th. The other Hamilton in 7th. Dunford in 9th. Lee Krause in 9th. Alan Wernicke in 10th. We'll let these boys get lined up, and then we'll get ready for some quick interviews. I think it's been a while since Josh won a race. He doesn't know how to line up anymore. We're going to call that good. We'll give these boys just a minute to get out of their race cars and get up into the broadcast booth. All right, finishing in 3rd, that number 16, Travis Lapenas.
Yeah, it's like it's Christmas. Me and my hate relationship with restrictor plate races. I mean, I put myself in a chance and didn't work out so well, but top 3 for me is like a win. So,
Tell you, you guys had a good plan. You were teamed up with your brother, and you guys were coming.
yeah, I mean, when it went 3 wide, there's only so much is in your control because then you pretty much have to hold your line, right? So 3 wide, kind of. If it would have stayed 2 wide, I think we would have got them on the outside. But once I think it was 89 and 93 threw it 3 wide and kind of had to live to fight another corner.
Well, you guys fared a lot better than the 25 machine did of Kenny Trout, and he fell all the way back to like 10th and then crashed.
It's a cruel game.
It's a very cruel game. Um, you guys were looking pretty strong out there. Both you and the 33. You guys look like you had a pretty good strategy, just kind of hanging out for the beginning part, not getting into too much trouble.
Yeah, that was the plan. I mean, there's only two ways this thing plays out. Either you can run up front, or you're in the meat of the sandwich, or in the back. And this crap, I still found that issue on that wreck just past the start finish line, and I basically had a car come through my window, but fixed her up and got her back to the front.
Nice, nice. We got a good round of green flag pit stops in. Look like you might have overshot your pit just a little bit.
Yeah, well, the first yellow one, the first green one, my teammate Sean hit me coming into the pits, so that helped overshoot me, and then I did it all by myself. Yeah, the next one. But good news is I had damage to repair on that one too, because I was after, so it's whatever.
Well, the damage didn't seem too bad. It didn't slow you down a whole lot. You were able to still push really good and able to be pushed really good.
Yeah, it was good. It worked out. I mean, there was that last crash. I forget who it was. Teammate 26 was in it, and then Mike got me from behind a bit, got pushed into me. I wasn't sure how bad the back was, but being a 9/10 with only 10 to go, I had to take track position at that point.
Oh, for sure. You don't want to pit that late in the stage. You'll never get it back.
No, so we were top 10. I was in a position to make it happen and led some laps, let a restart, and came home third. So I'll take it.
Coming out of Daytona with some bonus points and a top 5 finish, you can't ask for a better start.
No, I'm happy with that. We're going to have a couple here coming up that I enjoy and I actually consider fun. I think it's Iowa and then Lakeland Dirt. So.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on finishing third. Who would you like to send out some shout-outs to tonight?
Let's see. We're racing for Jacoby Jones. I think's the title I'm racing for this one. JTD, Old Town Pizza, and the teammates and everyone for making this a fun league so far.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on bringing home that 16 and third place, and we look forward to seeing what you can do this season.
See you next week.
You betcha. All right, he led quite a few laps tonight, bringing home that number 93 machine in second place. Mr. James Pileski.
Hey, Mick.
Did I say it right?
It is. That is. Yeah, this
All
is
right,
Pileski.
good.
Way to go, buddy.
I've been trying real hard all night.
Yeah, first off, before you even say anything, dude, I just want to apologize to Joshua. I was really just trying to push him to the dub. Like, at that point, my chances of winning were kind of over. So I just was, whoever was in front of me, I was trying to push. And I don't know, these cars are so weird. They do like the bumpers, like they should line up. They look like they line up and they should line up, but it's like they're both pyramids or something. And they just do a weird, I don't know, teeter-totter kind of effect. I don't know how to explain it. And I just want to say sorry to Josh. I really didn't try to do that. I was really just trying to push him to the win.
Well, a couple of the cautions we saw tonight was just from guys being off-center when they were trying to push. So, yeah, you got to definitely be square on the guy you're pushing in front of you.
You have to be square, but you also like can't give it a lot of gas, because if you're like full throttle behind them, pushing them like hard, it still ultimately ends up doing this weird teeter-totter thing. I don't know how to explain it. But I feel bad, dude. I didn't want to do that. That was really the last thing I wanted to do. We had a good finish going there, and I know I just screwed him out of a good finish, so I feel bad.
Well, that's definitely how Daytona generally shakes out, though.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, I felt like it was a pretty good race. I mean, we went 35 laps, I think, without a caution, and
green flag pit stops. I was pretty excited for that. That was fun to watch.
I was really confused. I think Brad and myself, we came in, I feel like we were like 20th something when we came to pit, and then the next thing you know, like we're just digging, and I'm like, Brad, we're in fourth place. We're running down the leaders. And you're like, what? How do we get up here?
Yeah, and when you guys went by him, you went by him like a freight train.
Yeah, I mean, me and Brad work well together, and so yeah, it was a fun race. It sucks, that we couldn't continue our little streak we had going there, which was only one race, but regardless, we wanted to get a streak going. But happy with second. At least I didn't wreck. again, I wrecked Josh, so still not really happy to be honest. It's just kind of disappointing. I didn't want to do that.
No, for sure. But you and both Brad had 19 positions improved from tonight.
Yeah, we decided we were going to not qualify and just start in the back, and because we're just waiting for that big one to happen, and there was a few times where we thought really it was going to happen, but it just didn't. So, yeah, like I said, that green flag pit stop, we came in 20 something, and ultimately ended up in the lead. And eventually, it was really weird. I don't know how that happened, but I'll take it.
Oh, for sure. Well, congratulations on finishing P2 in the season opener. Hopefully this is a good thing for what the season has to bring for you.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm going to miss a few races. I might be working out of town the next 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm probably going to miss those. And then the 5th, I'm going to Miami, so I'm definitely missing that one. So that's kind of a bummer, but we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, either way, a great start to the season. We look forward to seeing you back when you get to race with us.
Sounds good, buddy.
You have a good night.
You too.
Well, I'm not quite sure where he came from, but I know where he finished. That's the number 11 of Joshua Land Fox.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, it has been a while, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, you and Joshua Reese came through that field in those last couple laps like you guys were on a mission.
Yeah, we knew on that last restart it was going to be time to go. The goal on the restart was to follow James and Brad because we knew they were quick and they were going to be aggressive. And once we saw an opening, we had to take it.
Well, it mostly worked for you. Unfortunately, I think Josh Reese got a little bit of an extra push from the 93 and got him a little squirrely.
Yeah, I went back and looked at that too, and I mean it's just super speedway racing. I talked to James about it as well. Coming to the checkered flag, everyone's pushing, and these cars they're so hard to push in. They just don't mesh up together well for some reason.
Now, they mesh up a little better than the old Arca cars, but it's still
definitely
it's still not perfect.
Yeah, I feel like when you get pushed, you just get turned right every single time. You gotta hit them perfect though.
Yep, exactly. And that's some of the cautions we saw tonight where guys weren't square when they were trying to push and it would hook the car in front of them.
Yeah, for sure. But overall with the cautions and stuff, I thought it was a pretty good race for having 30 plus people in the field. Had a good long green flag run there, green flag pit stops, and
Yes,
of
sir,
course,
that was
like I
exciting.
said, it's super speedway racing, so you're gonna get the crashes. It just comes along with it.
Yep, they're almost impossible to avoid.
Yeah.
But overall, a great race for you. I think Josh Reese still ended up finishing in 5th.
7th it says.
Oh,
for
he did
me,
fall back
so,
to 7th?
Yeah. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
scoring pylon shows him in 6th, but who knows?
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
At that point, it's a hair difference between the two.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
I still think
congratulations.
a top 10 at a super speedway is a win for a lot of people.
Oh, for sure. And once again, your paints look great here tonight. The number 11, the number 1. Loved them.
Thank you.
Who would you like to give a shout out to tonight after your win?
First off, I want to give a shout out to Dan. His grandma had passed away over the weekend. So dedicated that race to her, and I wish Dan could be with us tonight, but he'll probably be back next week.
Well, he was
shout out to my
cheering you on in
teammate.
the chat, so.
Oh, was he? Yeah. Shout out to my teammates, Josh Reese, along with Dan as well, and everyone else who worked with us: Anthony Hamilton, Forrest Hamilton, Kyle Lingerfeld, Jesse Adams, all the good guys. And shout out to you for putting on the broadcast every week. Always love going back and watching that. And shout out to Dean for putting this all together.
All right, well, it's a great start to your season here in season number 6 of the Arca series, and we look forward to seeing what this one's going to bring.
No, yeah, I can't wait.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on parking that thing, and we'll look forward to seeing you back.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful night.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here from all the dirt and the Rusty Misfits Racing League. That's going to conclude our East to West Coast Apparel Arca Series season opener from Daytona. These guys did not disappoint. Only a couple cautions during the race. Had a couple late race cautions as they were battling for that win. Joshua Fox comes out of nowhere to only lead the last lap, the most important lap, and he's going to park that number 11 in victory lane. Congratulations, Josh, and we look forward to seeing what the rest of this season is going to bring. I love these new Arca cars, and I am excited for this season. Thank you very much, and once again, if you are looking for a place to race, get a hold of myself, Mick Olafson, or Dean Qualley, and we can hook you up. Thank you, everybody. You have a wonderful night.